everybody's not. Everybody doesn't want to be held accountable and responsible for who they are and what they are and how they move and shit. Like God is a level of accountability that most people don't want at the end of the day. Like you gotta look at it like that. Everybody don't want everybody doesn't want God. You gotta think about that. Like there's people who choose to non-believe, there's people who choose to do whatever it is they do, but everybody don't want God. Everybody doesn't want to be held accountable and responsible and held in high regard and pushed to their maximum potential based on what God knows about you that you don't know about yourself. Everybody don't want that shit. But ain't nobody gonna tell you that. Like everybody will make it seem like everyone is for God and they rock with God, but it's like everybody don't want God. Everybody don't want what God does and what God is for your life. Like you can't just be that naive to think that everybody is in favor of God's will. You can't. Like if you think that, like you can't be smart because everybody ain't for everything. You know, everything ain't for everybody. So God could be for everyone, but God is for those that want God. God isn't for people who don't. But you still have to deal with the people that aren't for God on your journey to get closer to God anyway. Like you don't not you don't not have to encounter them just because you living for God. You don't have to. You know, I mean, I'm saying you don't not have to encounter them just because you're living for God. You most definitely have to because they're here. You know what I'm saying? Like they here. So it's like they're not going anywhere. So it's like you really gotta lock in and focus because they're here. You know, like you gotta really face the facts for real. Like they're here. They're not going nowhere. So I mean, you could make the decision that you want to live for God, but you got to understand that there's opposition to God as well. I said what I said. So that's Lord shit.